Hey Hogs, going to talk about this second play that we're going to install on day one. It's just like Trap. This play is called Wham. Um, it's just like Trap, but instead of the backside guard pulling and kicking out, it is the H that is doing the kicking out. The rules are exactly the same as Trap, but it is the H that is doing the kicking out and not the guard. So the rule kind of changed for that backside guard and backside tackle a little bit. And the H is kicking out the first guy on or outside the guard, so a two technique or wider. But everyone else is exactly the same rules as trap. So like I said, we kick out a two or wider. So against this defense, it would be a four. So everyone would say 4-4-4. The tackle would rip inside up to the linebacker. He would take the path of least resistance. This end is lava. You don't touch him. And he would drive the linebacker down away from the play. The guard, his rule is gap double to FBI. So he would block his gap. If there was no one there, then he would double with the center to the first backer inside. He would not block a guy on him because we kick out a two or wider on wham and trap. Same thing with the center. The center's rule is gap on to backer to FBI. Now, Wham's a little bit different though, because now the backside guard is staying in instead of pulling. So the center's rule in this play with Wham, it can be gap on double. You can now double with the backside guard because that guard is staying in. So gap on double to FBI. If that backside guard had like a two technique on him, the center could double with him. Okay, that'd be a cage call with him, where they would double to the first backer inside. And then the same thing with the backside guard. His rule is gap on double. And then the tackle, his rule is gap on double. The rules are down here. So gap on double to FBI. I do need to change this to for center here. So the center, backside guard, backside tackle, their rule is gap on double to FBI. So just blocking their backside gaps or doubling to the next backer backside. And then the H is kicking out the first guy on or outside the guard or two technique or wider. Okay. So we'll go to another. So this is a 4-4. So this is a three technique. Okay. So once again, two or wider. So that would be a three technique. This is wham to the right. So they'd say 3-3-3. The Y would rip inside. Okay, if this end crosses his face, the Y would wash him, but he's trying to get inside the end and then work up to this backer, the tackle. Once again, the three technique is lava. We don't touch him, so he's working up to backer. This guard, same thing, working up to backer because there's no one in his gap. Okay, there's no one in his gap. There's no one on the center, so he's just working up to FBI. Okay. And then the center and the backside guard now, this nose guard, he could be like a one or in the gap. So this center and guard could double the nose to the FBI, or the center could just block the one and the guard could just go to that first backer inside. And then the tackle, he has a guy in his gap, so he's blocking him. The H is coming across and kicking out the three. Okay, here's another one going the other way. Okay, so now we're kicking out the five here. So rip release to FBI. The guard has a guy in his gap, so he can block down on him by himself. And then the center goes to the backer, or they can double to the backer. I would prefer double team and then the guard getting off if you can, but this is kind of a game time decision on how they want to block this. Backside guard and backside tackle, there's a three technique here in the gap. The guard and the tackle can double this guy to the FBI, or the guard can just block down on the three, and the tackle could go up to the linebacker. And then the Y would block the six technique and just try to keep them away from the play. the H will come across and kick out the 5 technique on the backside. Okay, here it is against 2-2 techniques. So we kick out the 2. The guard would take the tackle would just rip release to that linebacker. If the end tries to cross his face, the tackle would just block him on the angle that he's on. This guard will rip inside or take the lap path of least resistance. If this nose slanted inside, the guard would let him and then go around him to the linebacker. Center and backside guard can double because the rule is gap on double to FBI. They can double this backside 2 to first backer inside. Same thing here with the tackle and the Y. Okay, this would be a TED block, tackle and tight end. They would block to the FBI as well. They might be going to the same backer that these 2 guys are going to, but they would double to backer as well. The H is kicking out the 2. It's going to be a fast trap, so they got to be ready to go. And that's what it looks like against 2-2s. But like I said, this play is virtually the same as trap. It's just the H is doing the kicking out, and the backside, the center, backside guard, backside tackle. All of the rules are gap on double across the board, working together. To double to FBI or just blocking their gap if there's a guy in their gap.